Most people spend their lives chasing outcomes, success, love, peace, believing that once they arrive, they'll finally feel whole. But what if that entire approach is backwards? What if reality isn't something you catch up to, but something you code consciously, energetically, from within? You were never meant to chase reality. You were designed to program it, not through force or effort, but through your internal alignment, your thoughts, your emotions, your frequency. At the quantum level, this isn't just an inspiring idea, it's how reality works. Particles don't take form until they are observed. Infinite possibilities remain suspended in potential until your attention collapses one into existence. You are not reacting to the world, you're instructing it. Moment by moment, your inner state sends out a vibrational signal, and the field mirrors it back as your life. But here's the truth most people miss. You don't program the field by wishing harder, working longer, or visualizing more intensely. You do it by becoming the version of you that already lives the reality you desire, not pretending, but embodying. Not chasing results, but broadcasting a signal of emotional coherence so precise, the universe can't help but respond. When you keep looking at what is, you keep reinforcing what is. But when you tune into what could be and hold that vision, with the emotional clarity of someone who already lives it too, begin to shift timelines. Programming your reality is not a future skill. It's a present decision. It's how you breathe, how you feel, how you expect. It's the energetic tone you hold when no one's watching. So stop chasing proof. Stop waiting for signs. Start broadcasting the signal. Start living the code. Because your next level doesn't arrive by force, it unfolds through frequency. And the field is always listening. The idea that you must attract what you want suggests it's separate from you, distant, elusive, out there. But in truth, you're not pulling reality toward you. You're broadcasting a frequency, and the quantum field is responding in kind. The field doesn't care about what you want. It reflects what you are, your dominant vibration, not your temporary hope. And your vibration isn't just your thoughts, it's your emotionally charged identity. The way you think, feel, believe, expect, that's your signature code. And that code is constantly programming your experience. Whether you realize it or not, most people try to change their life without changing their signal. They say, "I'm abundant," while feeling afraid. They write affirmations but carry energetic doubt. They visualize goals but emotionally rehearse failure. That doesn't send a clear command, it sends static. And static doesn't manifest. It delays, it distorts, it loops. You can't program the field with words. You program it with who you're being. With every thought soaked in belief. With every breath aligned to trust. With every emotion rehearsed until it becomes your baseline. This is the essence of vibrational coherence, where your thoughts and emotions speak the same language. You are not a beggar asking the universe to deliver. You are a coder imprinting reality. The universe is not your boss, it's your mirror. And it mirrors not your effort, but your embodiment. So stop chasing. Pause. Ask yourself, what am I broadcasting right now? Is my energy a match to what I say I want? Am I aligned, or am I split between desire and doubt? Programming reality begins when you stop outsourcing your power to time, circumstances, or signs, and take ownership of your internal signal. You don't need to attract anything. You need to become the kind of observer the field responds to. And when you do, life doesn't just change, it reconfigures around the new you. The version of you who already has everything you're chasing. That version isn't a fantasy. It's a vibrational reality already alive in the quantum field. Not someday, not later. Now, you don't need to chase that version. You need to merge with it. This isn't about pretending. It's about embodiment. Becoming so emotionally connected to your desired future that your nervous system believes it's already happening. The field doesn't need convincing it, just needs consistency. And that consistency doesn't come from forcing. It comes from being. You program your reality through repetition, not just of thoughts, but of energy. Every time you think, feel, breathe, speak, and act from the future you're stabilizing a new timeline. And the quantum field, ever responsive, begins to reorganize around that signal. This is how timelines collapse, not through effort, through coherence, through clarity, through emotional rehearsal so strong that the old version of you can no longer survive in your system. When you wake up in the morning, don't scan for problems. Don't re-enter yesterday's frequency. Instead, install the new code. Feel peace, without reason. Breathe like someone who trusts. Move like someone who already lives inside the vision. The more you become this version now, the faster reality shifts. Why? Because you're no longer observing from lack, you're observing from fulfillment, and that changes everything. The quantum field doesn't respond to what you hope for. It responds to who you're being right now. So don't just say the words, be the broadcast. Don't just visualize it, live it internally. Stop checking the mirror to see if it worked. Reality is the echo, not the source. You are not chasing the dream anymore. You're tuning into the version of you who already lives it. And when that version becomes stable, your world bends to match it naturally, effortlessly. If you've ever wondered why your manifestations feel blocked, why, despite affirmations, vision boards, and visualization, things don't shift, it's not because you're doing it wrong. It's because your signal is split. You're saying one thing, but feeling another. You're thinking abundance, but vibrating fear. You're visualizing love, but embodying lack. The quantum field doesn't respond to your intentions alone, it responds to your emotional coherence. Coherence means your thoughts, emotions, and nervous system are in agreement. When that alignment occurs, your frequency becomes powerful, magnetic, and readable. You're no longer sending mixed messages into the field. You're broadcasting a clean command. But here's what most people miss. Coherence isn't force. It's not trying harder. It's not controlling outcomes. It's surrendering with clarity, holding a strong inner vision without emotional interference. Desperation, overthinking, doubt, those are static. They distort the signal. The more you grip, the more the field reflects your lack of trust. The more you let go with confidence, the faster reality reshapes around your internal state. This is the paradox of quantum creation. You don't get results by chasing. You get results by resonating. The observer effect isn't just about focus, it's about who you are while you focus. The calm, coherent observer collapses reality faster than the frantic, impatient one. So, if you're wondering where your breakthrough is, ask yourself, am I being clear or just being busy? Am I embodying the version of me who already has it, or constantly checking if it's coming? The shift isn't in what you do, it's in what you become. And when you become emotionally coherent, your signal becomes undeniable. You stop reacting to the field. You start commanding it, because the universe doesn't mirror what you say. It mirrors what you stabilize. At some point on this journey, you'll realize something powerful. You're not manifesting a goal. You're manifesting a version of yourself. And that version already exists in the quantum field as pure frequency. You don't need to find it. You need to become it. Most people try to change their reality without changing their identity. They stay emotionally tied to an old version of self while trying to call in a new timeline. But the field doesn't listen to what you want. It mirrors who you're being. Consistently, this is where true power begins, not in chasing new outcomes, but in programming a new self. And that programming doesn't happen through words or effort. It happens through repetition. Repetition of thought, repetition of emotion, repetition of internal posture. The universe isn't testing you, it's syncing with you. Every time you react as your future self would come, trusting, clear, you strengthen that energetic code. You install it in your nervous system. You stabilize it in the field. And the more you stabilize, the faster life reorganizes to meet you. Reality isn't catching up to your desires. It's catching up to your consistency. The key is embodiment, not performance. You don't have to act perfect. You don't have to fake it. You have to feel it deeply and repeatedly until your body believes it more than your mind doubts it. So ask yourself, what version of me am I rehearsing today? What frequency am I stabilizing? Fear or faith? Resistance or readiness? You can't just visit alignment during meditation and expect transformation. You have to carry that alignment into your choices, your breath, your posture, your presence, because once your identity matches the timeline you desire, the field has no choice but to respond. You're not here to chase the dream, you're here to become the one who already lives it. And that's when programming becomes transformation. Here's a truth that shifts everything. The more you try, the more you block. Not because effort is bad, but because effort rooted in lack creates resistance. When you're chasing, you're energetically announcing that what you desire is separate from you, and the quantum field simply reflects that back. You're not here to chase alignment. You're here to collapse into it. When you fully embody a frequency, there's no more begging, no more gripping, no more scanning the horizon for proof. You become the proof. And the field responds not because you forced it, but because you matched it. Trying to control the outcome creates static. Needing it too much pushes it away. Overthinking scrambles the signal. But when you shift from force to frequency, from effort to embodiment, you enter a new mode of creation. That mode is called resonance. Resonance happens when your thoughts, emotions, and energy are clean, clear, and congruent. You're no longer just hoping it's already done within. You're no longer waiting, you're already aligned. Surrender, then, isn't weakness. It's precision. It's letting go of the interference. It's choosing clarity over control. It's saying, I know who I am, and I trust the field to reflect that back. This is the opposite of passivity. This is energetic leadership. When you surrender attachment, your frequency sharpens. You become the station, not the seeker. And the clearer your signal, the faster reality mirrors it. So ask yourself, am I trying to force reality? Or am I resonating with the version of me who's already living it? Stop chasing what you want. Start radiating who you are becoming, because reality doesn't yield to effort. It aligns with energy, and your energy, when coherent and embodied, is the most powerful code in the universe. We've been conditioned to believe that the future is something we move towards, some distant event we'll arrive at if we work hard enough or wait long enough. But in quantum reality, the future doesn't live out there. It exists, right? Now's a frequency. Every possible version of you already exists in the quantum field. The confident you, the peaceful you, the wealthy, loved, inspired you. These aren't fantasies. They're energetic possibilities, waiting to be accessed, not by force, but by alignment. You don't attract the future. You tune into it. That means the fastest way to create change isn't by chasing results. It's by broadcasting the energy of the version of you who already lives the life you desire. The field responds to that version, not your goals, not your effort, not your timeline, just your state of being. The future is not earned through hustle, it's accessed through identity. The moment you start showing up like the person who already has it, thinking like them, feeling like them, breathing like them, you collapse time. You don't move toward the future. It folds into you. This is how quantum leaps happen, not by doing more, but by being different. You wake up and choose to be the future version of yourself before there's proof. You feel gratitude before there's evidence. You live as though it's already done because, energetically, it is so. The real question is not, how do I get there? The real question is, can I hold the frequency of my future long enough for it to become my now? Because when you do, reality has no choice but to rearrange itself around who you've become. That's not magic, that's physics, that's programming, the field. And the code is written in who you decide to be consistently. Most people live in a constant state of becoming, always reaching, always waiting, always asking, when will it finally happen? But here's the quantum truth. As long as you see your desire as separate, it stays separate. That separation is what creates resistance. The moment you say, I want, you declare, I don't have. And the field doesn't respond to your wish, it reflects your energetic position. So if you're stuck in waiting, you're reinforcing distance. You're observing from lack instead of broadcasting from arrival. The gap between who you are and what you want isn't real, it's a mirror of your frequency. And the only way to collapse that gap is not by pushing harder, but by embodying the end result. Now you stop trying to attract abundance. You start living as someone who already feels supported. You stop hoping for love, you start radiating the version of you who's already loved. You stop needing validation, you anchor into the identity that no longer chases it. That's when reality shifts, because the field recognizes that your inner state has changed. You're not waiting anymore. You're walking as if it's done. The nervous system can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined reality and a lived one. And the quantum field doesn't wait for outer proof, mirrors the signal you stabilize within. This is why embodiment is the ultimate form of manifestation. You want to program reality, then stop broadcasting the energy of the seeker. Start broadcasting the energy of the one who has already arrived, because, in quantum terms, there is no future to chase. There is only a frequency to become, and the moment you become it, life doesn't just change, it bends around you. Here's something that shifts the game. Reality is not responding to how hard you try. It's responding to how clearly you broadcast. The field isn't impressed by how many hours you visualize or how desperately you want something. It mirrors signal clarity, and that clarity comes from precision, not just in what you think, but in what you feel, embody, and expect. Think of your energy like a frequency being broadcast into the quantum field. If you're thinking abundance but feeling fear, if you're affirming confidence but vibrating doubt, you're sending mixed signals, and the universe doesn't know what to reflect back. This is why people get stuck. They're working hard but broadcasting confusion. You can't trick the field. You can only match it. The moment you become precise, when your thoughts, emotions, posture, and expectations align with the same reality, you become a clear signal. And that clarity is magnetic. This is how the shift happens. Not through doing more, but by becoming undeniably consistent in who you're being. You're not here to perform your future. You're here to embody it so completely the field has no choice but to mirror it. This is why small, daily shifts in identity matter more than bursts of forced effort. The quantum doesn't need your hustle. It needs your energetic coherence again and again. So the real question isn't, am I working hard enough? It's, am I broadcasting clearly enough? Reality doesn't yield to intensity. It yields to alignment. Stop tweaking your vision board. Start refining your vibration, because the clearer your signal, the faster the collapse. And when you stop chasing and start coding, you don't just change your life. You reprogram the entire field around you. At the end of all this, here's what you need to know. You're not here to wait for a better life. You're not here to hustle your way into alignment. You're here to remember that you are the code, the version of you who has already become, created, received, and lived the life you dream of. That version isn't far away. It's here, encoded in your field, waiting to be activated by your presence, your emotion, and your consistency. Reality isn't delayed because you're unworthy. It's delayed because your signal is inconsistent. The field isn't judging you, mirroring you, so when you waver, it wavers. When you doubt, it reflects confusion. But when you stabilize, when you become the vibration, day after day, suddenly, life organizes itself around the new you. This isn't spiritual fantasy. It's quantum precision. The observer effect tells us reality collapses around what is consistently observed. But here's the final shift. You don't just observe with your eyes or thoughts. You observe with your entire nervous system, with the frequency of who you are. So instead of chasing signs, be the sign. Instead of scripting affirmations, live as the declaration. Instead of waiting for the future, embody the frequency now, because reality doesn't respond to your wish list. It responds to your identity in motion. When you become the living, breathing version of your highest self, you are no longer hoping for change. You are the change. You don't chase the dream. You transmit it. You embody it. And the universe, in its infinite intelligence, has no choice but to respond. So stop asking, when will it happen? And start declaring, it's happening now because I'm the one programming it.